fun, fast, fulfilling, and
One more ask. Come on, you can.
I know, not that F word. Freeing.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think, you know, it started really fast, and every day is very fast paced. We call it like the time warp, but it's been very freeing because it's not the same thing every day. It's not like you know, in your former career where you were kind of used to the same meeting doldrums or checking a bunch of emails, and it's just very freeing to just be able to write your own story every day. When I first walked into Clean Juice, before I even, you know, thought of the journey, I was like, it was like doTERRA and Altered State had a baby, and it was Clean Juice. It was like, you know, all things bohemian and oh, and maybe Joanna Gaines too. And it was like beautiful and smelled great, and it was just, so that was like, you know, it was just a very positive, uplifting experience. And that's always what I want to give to our guests, is a positive, uplifting experience. I want everyone to feel welcome. And so that's what you know, the Clean Juice means to me. It's just positive and uplifting. I think we have 3 that we bring up the most in store, and we even we try and make yoga pose. I'm a yoga teacher, so we try and make like yoga poses to define like those. So the always have fun one. That's like just don't take yourself too seriously. We live and die by that one, and it's important because, you know, sometimes customers aren't the nicest, and so we always make sure to have fun. You know, fun is a non-negotiable. And we are just I mean, sometimes you'll see us so we're getting real dirty and refilling coconut oil, or we've got avocado toast all over, and so we'll look at this lovely hair treatment, you know, you know, so we immediately turn something gross or icky into something really fun, and then they embrace the chaos. I was telling the story last night that we once had a snake in our store that came in on a produce box, and it was alive. It was very much alive, and it almost went into the front. And so talk about chaos. And you know, so we used the mop handle that's like tongs. We used that to grab the snake, and we put it in our event cooler. So, you know, we embrace the chaos. I have video. It's a bunch of like-minded people that all come from different backgrounds. They all had different lives, or they're in current careers, but they're doing this as their passion. So it's very unique to find a very diverse group of people with all these different backgrounds and their different areas, and yet they have that same passion for health and wellness, and even spiritual health and wellness too, right? So it's really fun that you can bring all these different people together, and yet there's still this common denominator.
Yeah.
I think it takes a unique person, just that loves all those pieces, and that somebody who's able to kind of give up any glamour. You have to be okay getting dirty. You know, you have to be okay having, I wear Birkenstock clogs to cold press. They're my Oompa Loompa clogs, I call them, from the Willy Wonka. And I have a clog dance and everything. You can't take yourself seriously, and a lot of my friends take themselves, they're very serious careers. And although I have a couple who are goofy, but they're moms and they love that. So it was just a great time in my life where I had just moved. I had left my career that I loved, and it was time to do my own thing, and this was a perfect fit for me. So if one of my friends was going through that, my friend Jen, who's in Austria, she would be the friend that would do this, and she would rock it, and she would rock it in Austria, and she would open her CrossFit gym, yeah, and she would open her CrossFit gym right next to it, and I would be the yoga teacher, and you'd lose me to running the store in Austria. But she's my one friend who I would do it because she's going to go through that same life stage thing that I just did. So I guess there's one, and that's pretty cool, right? Yeah. That it's a pretty unique group, and it's it's kind of, it's like it makes us special.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, it takes a lot, but it's a good lot, you know, it's a good investment. I would say it keeps me young to be surrounded by 15 and 16-year-olds all the time,
Right.
you know.
And all this juice getting on your skin.
Right. Oh yeah, the facial from washing the cold press bag. You know, this is the best. And I have a vitamin C peel every time I do the orange bag. It's awesome. Yeah. Growing the brand, going from 100 to 400 stores, like what that would do exponentially for all of us when, you know, when we hit that scale, it's gonna be phenomenal. You know, and like what a great problem to have, to try and have enough people in store serving that many guests. You know, I just, that's what I'm most excited about. Youthful One, since day one.
Yes.
Youthful One, cashew milk latte, second, glow one, or /sweet green third.